How's it going? It's Chris. Welcome to first Civ DIv. So, on your first days in civilian life, you're going to want to remember a few things. If you're coming off active duty, your ass still belongs to the commandant, and the freaking sergeant major of the Marine Corps is your daddy, unless you're from other sub-branch of service, which in that case, your ass just belongs to Uncle Sam. So, coming into civilian life, you're going to need a few things. It's kind of a gear list, so make sure you have these things and don't leave active duty or your reserve component without these things. Trust me, it's important. You're going to need them, and you're going to kick yourself in the ass if you leave and you don't have them. Alright, the first thing is your DD-214. Make sure you have this document. You have your member 1, 4, and what that does is it lists the character of your service, all the medals you've earned, your deployments. It lists, if you've had a dental checkup or not. So you make sure you have your DD-214. You need this in order to get, government jobs. You need it in order to enroll in the VA healthcare system, or you need it to even enroll in any of the VA services. So if you're planning on using your GI Bill, which I'll go over in another video, make sure you have your DD-214. You would think that goes without saying, but trust me, people screw it up. Alright, you want to have all your uniforms. Make sure that you don't leave anything behind. Don't go selling stuff to, whomever, because like I said, you still belong to Uncle Sam for however long your contract is. Make sure you look at that thing because it's for 8 years, not for 4, not for 6. It's for 8 years. Unless you re-enlisted, then you're in a whole different ballpark. You may just be out. But even if you are, we'll go over that. So the reason why you keep your uniforms is because you never know if you're going to get freaking recalled. It happened to one of my buddies. He got called back from Florida and sent back on active duty to Camp Pendleton. I got to hang out with him, after EAS, and got recalled. On your form, your DD-214, you're going to want to check that dental screening box. If you didn't get a full dental workup before you separated from the Marine Corps, you make sure that that's listed as no on that DD-214. Because what happens is, you're entitled for a dental examination on the government's dime for a whole 12 months after you separate. And they have to either provide that for you, active duty or off active duty. Now, you're also going to want to freaking trade in your ID for the green card. Now, not the green card like, you're from a different country and you have legal, rights to be here in the United States, but the ID card that says that you're a reservist in the Marine Corps or the Army or the Air Force, so that you have that little document. And what that does is it gets you access on the Marine Corps bases, military bases all around the country. It gives you privileges to buy in the PX and the commissaries, and have all the rights and privileges of a service member, because you still are a service member. Make sure you get a copy of your medical record. Don't give that to Doc and think it's just going to take care of itself and it's magically going to be available to you. You take that shit to Kinko's, you make a copy of it, and you keep it because you may need it, especially if you're going to file disability. You're going to want a copy of your OMPF. You can get this off of MOL. So, log on to your MOL and print that shit out. Make sure you have it, just in case for some reason your MOL goes on the fritz, you can never get to it again. You're going to want, to make sure that you have all your citations, your medals, your promotion warrants, whatever freaking page 11 that you have. You want to make sure you have all that on file. You want to have everything that you were ever given as a piece of paper in the military, and you want to make sure you have that, maybe copies of that. Alright, and then you're going to want a copy of your SRB. You're eventually going to get a copy of this from admin. It's your service record book. If you're in the Army or the Air Force, it's just a professional military file that contains all of your professional and administrative actions as you were in the military. So it says where you deployed to, it says what medals you got, it has your original contract of enlistment, and you're going to want a copy of that because that's also important. And you need these things in order to, have success and getting into the VA, and making sure that all your bases are covered when you get out of the military. So welcome to first Civ Div. Relax a little bit, eat some pizza, get fat, but don't let yourself go. Trust me, when you freaking put on too much weight, it takes forever to get it back off. And you sure as shit can't eat the same way that you're eating inside the barracks when you're on active duty, because you're not going to work out that much freaking ever again unless you're just that hardcore of a motivator. Alright, thanks for listening.